Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Hindy, the Android Authority app guy, and welcome back to Google Play Weekly. This week we had the usual array of app releases and news, but we also had a little bit of controversy, so we're going to talk about that and a lot more right now. First up this week is some good news. NVIDIA's TegraZone received an update that removes device restrictions, so pretty much anybody with an Android device can use it. It's in the Google Play Store right now, so those with a Tegra device will simply get an update, while people with non-Tegra devices can now see the app in the Play Store for the first time. It's compatible with most devices running Android 2.2 and up, and you can find the link in the written companion, which is in the video description. There are some things to note. Many TegraZone games are developed for high-end machines like the NVIDIA Shield, so if you're rocking a 2.2 phone with a single-core processor, chances are you can't play most of these games anyway. After all, you don't expect a Chromebook to play Skyrim, right? Even still, it's worth a look around because there are some really great games in there. Google Chrome has been busy lately. This last week they released an application that allows developers to turn their Chrome apps into Android and iOS apps. Also, they released an experiment that lets you play with Legos. First, let's talk about the app porting. According to the documentation, the beta program can take applications developed in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and wrap them in an Android or iOS app shell so they can be immediately used on those platforms. This can be a great step toward the unification of the mobile and web platforms, but it is still in beta, and thus not a lot of data is available as to how well these apps will run when ported. If app development isn't your cup of tea, another Google experiment released this week lets you play with Legos, and no, that is not a metaphor. In this neat little app, you can construct pretty much whatever you want out of Legos and then share it with your friends if you want to, or let Google use your location data to put your creation on a world map in your actual location. If you looked at Blizzard's Hearthstone and thought to yourself, well, gee whiz, I would love it if that were in a Star Wars flavor, then this next story is going to make you really happy. Disney has announced that a new turn-based card game called Star Wars Assault Team will be making its way to Android. The premise is you'll be collecting cards of characters from the Rebel Alliance to battle villains on the digitally remastered sets of the original trilogy. Disney hasn't released all that many details yet, otherwise we'd tell you more. We know it's slated to be released sometime this spring, and yes, we will probably be reviewing it. There are hints of there being multiplayer support, but aside from what I've just told you, there really isn't any more info about it for right now. Immersive mode is one of KitKat's best features, and even though not a lot of people are running KitKat yet, game developers like Gameloft are preparing for it. Gameloft has announced that they'll be adding immersive mode to a number of their titles in the coming weeks. Asphalt 8 has already received the update, and Gameloft classics like Order and Chaos Online, Total Conquest, Dungeon Hunter 4, GT Racing 2, and others will also be receiving the update. As if that weren't enough, Gameloft has also stated that many of their older titles would eventually get the update as well, and that it would simply take them a little bit longer to get it all done. Also, most, if not all, future titles will come with the feature baked in. Gameloft games are traditionally hit and miss on whether or not they're any good, but kudos to them for making the effort to stick with the times. In our last bit of news this week, there was some controversy in the app world after some documents released by Edward Snowden showed that the NSA collects personal data from applications like Angry Birds. This was pretty unsettling news when it first popped, since Angry Birds is one of the most popular game titles of all time, be it console, PC, or mobile. According to the documents, the NSA and the GCHQ are capable of grabbing data from apps like Angry Birds, Twitter, Facebook, Google Maps, and others, although frankly, Angry Birds was pretty much the only one on the list that we didn't already know about. Rovio was pretty quick to retort, stating that no one took data directly from them, and it was through third-party advertising networks that the spying was actually taking place. They then mentioned that pretty much any app or site that uses advertisements could be susceptible to such surveillance. This hasn't stopped people from being upset about it, and some hackers even went so far as to deface Rovio's website. It's about that time to be talking about some trending applications. As usual, if you want to check any of these applications out, you can find the links in the written companion, which is in the video description. Lumos is a newly created icon pack for a couple of bucks in the Google Play Store. It features a whopping 1,480 icons, a cloud-based wallpaper gallery, and even a dashboard application to help you assign icons. The icons are colorful and dark with a modern and sharp design. It's compatible with about a dozen launchers, and that includes all the best options, so if you're a fan of icon packs, give this one a look. Stack Exchange made our best apps of January 2014 list, and for good reason. It's a highly informative app that can help you find the answers to the questions that you have. It's like Yahoo Answers on crack. It has a well-designed interface and offers quick access to all of Stack Exchange's sites, including the popular Stack Overflow. Also, it's free, so there's no real reason not to try it out. GrewPic is an interesting third-party camera application with but one purpose, and that is to get the photographer into the photograph. Here's how it works. You snap a photo and then you go situate yourself in the shot and somebody else snaps a second photo. Then GrewPic morphs the two together so that it's a nice picture of everybody. It's free to use and recommended by a lot of prominent blogs, including this one. Dungeon Keeper is a multiplayer strategy game where you must build a dungeon and then attack the dungeons of others. It's gaining popularity pretty quickly and garners a fairly high rating in the Google Play Store, considering it's a game made by EA and they've had some pretty questionable tactics in the past when it comes to freemium titles. This is still a game worth checking out if you're into online strategy games. Also, it's free, so it can't hurt. Last up this week is a new application called Dash. Called by many the Fitbit for cars, Dash connects you to your car using the same technology that Progressive Insurance does with their Snapshot device. Here's how it works. You plug in a device underneath your dashboard and then you use Dash to interface with it. You can check out a myriad of stats including driver scores, check engine light data, car location, and a whole lot more. Well, that about does it for this week. Once again, I am Joe Hendy, the Android Authority App Guy. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and let us know that we're doing a good job. If you want to follow Android Authority, myself, or the rest of the video crew, we have all of our social media links in the video description below. If you're hanging out for a minute, we have a couple of awesome videos for you to watch right over there. Finally, don't forget to check out the written companion in the video description for all of the download links. Thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful day.